22222. Yeah, why not? All right, I think we're on. I think I'll wait for some people to jump on before I start things. Get things going. Oh, we've got a viewer. Okay, cool. Let's see now. Where do I see the chat? Oh, hello. Okay. We have someone on chat. Excellent. Wow. Okay. Okay, we're getting people. Hi, everyone. How's it going? To the early birds. Yes, I've decided to jump on, and yes. Sorry about the. Oh, what am I trying to say here? The impromptu speed paint. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I'm just going to use this world here. Let's bring this saturation up about there. That's good. Yep. And hey, okay, I think I'm gonna. Now, was there another view that I could look at this in? If I. Gosh, you'd think I'd be used to this by now. It's only my third live stream ever, and let's see now. If I jump onto content, live, this should be showing me this one. If I jump into there, alright, okay, this should be showing me my, only catching this because I don't sleep. Hi, great, how's it going? Alrighty, so, alright, I'm gonna share this around. Let's see, Grease Pencil Speed Paint Storm. Look at live now on Twitter. Let's see if the Twitter crowd is there. Why don't we jump on Facebook? Maybe we can post it to a group. Let's go to Grease Pencil. Maybe. Hey guys, doing a speed paint live. Join if you like. All right, let's post that. Do you think anyone on Discord will care? Let's see now. I'll just jump on here. Doing an impromptu speed paint live. All right. How about I just get on with it? Let's see now. Okay, we don't need this one. Don't need that one open. Have we got any other chatters? Should I have my live stream here? Okay, I think I'll just watch the analytics for a bit. I'll probably just have this, my little screen capturing monitor down in the corner, just so that I know that it's all happening. So what is it that I'm streaming tonight? Well, hello once again from the UK. Oh, you're welcome, Ashley. G'day, Greg. Everyone's looking at a blank screen. I should probably throw something up here. Okay, so what I've got planned for tonight is something very special. I just thought, you know what, I haven't done live before. I've not done a speed paint live. It's incredibly infuriating. Hi, New Zealand. Hey, neighbor. It's incredibly infuriating to do a speed paint live. Oh boy. Oh, actually, should I? Well, let's see now. I will need. I'll definitely need that material. And we'll definitely need a solid stroke material. Everything else will be added as we go. Right. Well, I'll be sort of announcing it over and over and over and over again. So why don't I talk about what I'm doing? Well, tonight I thought it would be nice if I showed you guys a bit of speed painting. So that was in Oz before COVID. Oh, damn, I miss travel. Believe me, New Zealand was on the list. It was on the list of places to go. So I guess it's still on the list. Let's put it that way. Okay, that pencil's working nicely. I might... Look, if I'm going to brighten up this screen a little, I just don't want it to be too eye-bleedy. Now, what am I doing? Okay, I guess I've got to warm up. And in order to warm up, I'm going to need... some reference pics. Now, what am I drawing? X-Men Storm. There she is. Okay. Gonna look at a few poses, and I'm just gonna quickly sketch these out. For anyone who, before anyone asks, I can't show the references because they're not my IP. And because, there'll probably be ads on the re-record of this, and then the Speedpaint will be capturing everything I'm drawing on the screen. So I can't really show what's up. Now, that radius is... Yeah, it's all right, I guess. What do we need to do? We're sort of copying a physique here. So what's going on? We've got a torso. Yes. And then... Storm is definitely one of my fan faves. Let's see if I can keep this... How do I do that split screen thing that I see? My daughter does this amazing split screen where she could have one tab on the other side of... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to just do this. Try to do... Okay, have the live stream there, and then have my reference over the live stream. Okay, good. So I can see some concurrent views. Okay. Boy, screen real estate, eh? Okay, we've got a few people here. Excellent. Why don't I get to some drawing? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this grid for now. Let's just do some drawing. Let's see this. No. Okay. Right. So we've got a pose that I'm looking at for reference. Sort of goes like this. Right, we've got hands out. Well, this hand is actually splayed fingers out like that. And I had a really cool request from one of my Patreon supporters. He's like, try not to go for too many impossible physiques. I'm like, yes, I'm all about that. I'm all about trying to get a little bit more, well, shall we say, not more realistic. I mean, I like a good stylized picture, but I also like, I don't know, how do you say it? Respectful? Respectful picture. Yes, let's say that. Okay, so there we've got a foot, and we'll probably not even see these feet if we're doing this pose. Okay. And already you'll be starting to see my shoddy sketching. Right, and her face. I think this one is a J. Scott Campbell. So he's got his own proportions, and I sort of don't want to... He's one of my sort of early influences. And I know that there's going to be problems with this sketch to begin with, which is why I'm going to sort of show you what I do when I run into issues after I've just quickly sketched out an outline. Because I know that there's going to be things wrong with this, okay, already. So I'll put down this pen for a sec. And I'll go to edit mode. I need points mode here. Let's go control 1. You know, in reverse, it doesn't look too bad. Holding down shift and using my middle mouse button. Oh, I just noticed something. You know what I'm going to do? Just for you, the screen crowd. Hey there. Is that Pocket Node? Pocket Nerd or Pocket? As in Pokemon. Nerd. Screencast keys. Now, let's see. That says it's on. Huh. Off, on. Maybe Screencast doesn't work with this version yet. Damn it. All right. Bugger. Okay. Not going to look around too long. What I'm going to do is try to get to this as quickly as possible. So first things first, the head has to be repositioned slightly. She has to be looking straight on. This is the proportional fall off tool, which I really like. Hi Paul, love your work. I love your shaders. Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm actually doing a little bit of work on them. Like the free ones got a bit of an overhaul, which are going to roll into the paid ones. So expect an update any day now. Unfortunately, I have a bit of a large workload at the moment. Actually, you know what? I was just going to do this as a test pose, but I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of digging this pose. So you know what? I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna try to get these feet right a little bit better. Yeah. So what was I saying? Yes, the shaders are going to get an update. Any day now. If you haven't heard the news, I got a pretty cool job on the cards. It's I can talk about the job, but I can't show anything, unfortunately. If any of you know CG Cookie, well, I'm going to be storyboarding their latest short film, which won't be out for probably another year. I almost wanted to work on the freestyle blender thing to speed it up. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, thanks, Pocket Nerd. Okay, this foot is looking really wonky. Really wonky. I think I'm going to have to look at some feet pose references and hope that my my search history isn't going to be inundated with the wrong kind of references. So we've got a reference on another screen. Here's another one. Okay. Let's see. We want to look at boots. Boots. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Okay, I'm going to try this. Okay. So, got leg like this, and then we've got ankle, obviously, and the top of the foot. It's always like like a trapezoid, isn't it? Doing the foot. Okay, so then this knee would actually have to be a bit higher if we're going to do the leg over leg. And got to foreshorten this, don't we? This may not be the right. Yeah. Okay, so that knee would be there, right? See, there's a heck of a lot of cleanup even at the sketching phase because I tend to get a lot of stuff wrong, especially when I'm just drawing from reference. Your laugh is contagious enough. Oh, okay. I'll take that as a compliment. Yep, that's the first time I've had a contagious laugh, but like I like a good contagious laugh. You know, laugh and the whole world laughs with you and everything. Okay, I don't really want to be too hung up with that. Maybe we'll go with a Roy of what's his name, Rob Liefeld solution, and sort of cover up this bad foot. I know that I can get this right. I know that I can get this right. Are you using a display or graphics tablet? Oh, I'm using a graphics tablet. Yeah. I'm I'm not that rich, so I've only got this is about a couple of years old now. It's got some good stretch marks on it, scratch marks, sorry, and where was my original reference? I want this foot here. Just got here. What are we making? Hi, Ryan. We are sketching Storm from the X-Men, and you've just come in right at the beginning here. I like pure ref for reference libraries. I should Google that. I could probably spend my entire live stream just Googling stuff, but then that wouldn't be that entertaining. So we've got a knee. Let's try to do this, and I'm sort of working in the dark here. And we've got maybe if we do foot straight down. Okay, maybe that looks a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Is it going to be an animation? No. I'm not an animator. I can animate. Let's just put it that way. I have to for work. Often I do short little bits of animation, but it's more, what do you call it? Commercial motion graphics type of animation. It isn't really cool animation. There are so many good animators out there that I just don't want to. I just can't do that. Is it possible to export the animation in Blender into a frame-by-frame pic as PNG? Well, yeah. I mean, all you got to do is render out with transparency. I do believe you can also save it as an SVG, but it's not a render setting. I think I've got a tutorial floating around that shows that. If I get a second, I'll put it in the link, and I'll definitely throw it in the link before I make this go, like the re-record. So let me just put a small note here to myself. Bump. Provide link to SVG exporter. Oh, hang on. The exporter is for freestyle, not grease pencil. But I think there is. Look, I've heard rumors and stuff around the traps about grease pencil SVG stuff. What am I doing with this torso here? Am I going back to my original reference? Here it is. Let's go open image in new tab. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I can see this a little bit better. Excellent. Okay, cool. Can you download shortcut VUR? Not at the moment, but I'll have a look. Tom says, good morning. Your thoughts on using a Poser 3D mannequin to sketch over to get perspective? Oh, I love it. If I can't get this right, which is very possible, I cheat a little bit sometimes. Or cheat. It's not cheating. I use a mannequin from Clip Studio Paint. I pose it in that, and then I just, because, I just need it for reference, I go ahead and I just take a screen grab or export a PNG, and then I'm good to go. But I'm looking at a reference image right now to get this pose right. And I'll probably be doing a refined sketch over the top. My biggest concern, obviously, is the foreshadowing foreshortening, and trying to get that right. What was that about SVG? Yeah, as soon as I say SVG. All right. SVG. taking a sip there of my drink. For those of you who don't know, SVG is an open source scalable vector graphic. Yes, it's sort of like an EPS, but an open source version. And you can get one out of Inkscape. I think you can use them in Krita. Haven't used it in a while. Let's just get another layer on here, shall we? Let's drop that opacity a little bit. I want to get a bit more refining on the face before I go into anything else. Yeah, so, right. So I know that you can export freestyle lines to SVG. And I think there is some rumor that you can get some grease pencil SVG compatibility, because SVG can be imported as a curve, and then curves can be converted or pasted onto grease pencil, I believe. Yeah, so there is some interoperability. I'll have to really look into it to say any more. Otherwise, I'll be really talking up my butt. And it's just, if anyone else on the chat knows. Sifter, oh, you stream often? First time I see you stream. Yeah, I've just started, Sifter. You can also import video footage and image sequences. Yes, you can. My experience has been, if it is of straight black and white line work, it holds up very, very faithfully. But then anything that it sort of has to block out gets really messed up, and you've got to do a lot of cleanup work. Sometimes it's not worth it. Yeah, everyone does that. Works like the raster redraw and vector program. Yes. Isn't it better to use the line art modifier and use the generated strokes? Yes, to begin with. And depends what kind of animation that you are doing. Okay, I'm going to get some hair shape here. So she's looking, yeah, she's looking a bit badass. That's great. So let's go some hair. I want Storm to have this wild hair that's going to be whipped around by the wind and the... And I like her earrings. This reference doesn't have these chunky earrings, but the old Aurora Monroe had these massive hoop earrings. I used to dig them a lot. I wonder, should I put her... Let's see now. If I go back and take a look at some headdress. There's some X-Men. The cartoon has got her with these... Oh, hello. That's a good headdress. Okay. Oh. Hey guys, what do you feel about Mohawk Storm? Who's a fan of Mohawk Storm here? Because I am, I've got to tell you. You better surprise me. Yeah, hopefully I won't be on inks. I'll tell you what, I'll do a nice bit of line for the Mohawk. Okay. Right. And then Mohawk Storm, what is her uniform? Storm has just got so many cool outfits, and I want to go with one that is a bit classic, but also something that really shows off. Yeah, I don't want to go with the movie. Let's go Storm. Yeah, Storm outfit. Storm outfit. Oh, hello. This is cool. I've got one where there's just a bunch of Storm outfits all in a row. Do we do midriff? Do we do one piece? I think I'm going to go with the one piece. I'm wondering about the cape. Oh, I found one with Mohawk. And she's kind of badass in a sort of a 90s grunge way. Then there's one that looks a bit Tina Turner from Thunderdome. Yeah. A classic X-Men's outfit. Or we can just make one up. make one up as we go. She usually has one piece. Oh, I think I found it. I think I have found it. There's one some white and black. Let's go with open image, new tab. Even on top of 3D or switch perspective, but can you draw on top of 3D to help yourself? Yes, you can draw on top of 3D. I don't know, I'm not sure who's asking there. Okay, so here what we've got is a costume that kind of goes, got the brassiere. All right. Yep. So we got that. And then we've got this sort of pattern here. And this kind of... Okay, that should be interesting. Okay. Definitely have boots. Got sort of a collar thing going on. One collar. Kind of like the bare arms. And I like the boots that kind of go... Man, there are so many outfit variations. I could practically make my own. So maybe we go with boots up to sort of the just below the knee. Although this is going to really mess things up around the foreshortening, isn't it? Okay, so then we keep those boots. We keep those sort of like a leather type of boots. Maybe we go with the bare thighs because I like the skin tones that we can use with Storm. Okay, that's looking good. Do we do the cape? The cape would be interesting. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do full head of hair for this. So let's get that shape in there. Oh no, Mohawk Storm could work for this. Do we give her a headdress? Sometimes she has a headdress, sometimes she doesn't, and she's got various ones. Her classic is this sort of circle with this thing. It's very classic Storm. And it sort of like just goes off the face here. That could be good to sort of separate things out. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll do that, and then we'll just sort of like have her hair flowing out behind her. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to go with that. And let's zoom this back down. Storm. X-Men Storm. She's got a lot of hair, which is awesome. I want to get this right. Ponytail. I like it when her hair is out, and then she does this cape thing, which is really cool. Oh, here's a good reference. So we just want to whip this around like that. Okay, so we've got hair that whips around in this fashion. The earrings go down. Okay. X. I think we've got to have an X there. Maybe an X belt. Yep. Great. Sometimes she has this sort of... This could be cool. Bit of a partial cape here. Yep. Then what do we do with her cape? We've got some options. If everything's going down here, the cape might whip away around off to the left here. Like this. So maybe we have some cape. Fix that later. No. Let's get this right the first time. I want to have a bit of billow that kind of goes up and down. Oh, I see what they've done. Yeah, okay, so I think I've got to draw the contours to get this right. So I've got to go Okay, so then that would be up, down, down. Yeah, then what would happen to this part of the cape? Right, so we've got to, so if this is too forward, round, coming off the shoulder here, around, down there, behind the foot. So it'd be like in the background. Yep. Man, messing up these contours everywhere. Am I still streaming? Let's see now. We've got, yes. Stop. No, it's not stopping the stream, and we're still going. Yeah, we've got some people. Excellent. Let's get that reference back. Okay. Okay. Maybe we can just keep it simple. Something like that, then get some extra billowing action in there. Okay. All right, I think Storm is looking... Yeah, look, let's test the reverse. Okay. What I do here is I go Control 1, and it just reverses it for me. And what that allows me to do is to see what the silhouette looks like on the flip side. And so if anything isn't looking great, I can just adjust it. So I'm going to... Yeah, hang on. I'm going to select all the points, M down to sketch. Okay, so we'll make this one our refined layer later. Okay, so sketch, here we go. Right, so we can move this over. We can move this hand back. Maybe we can scale you down. Get that up. I think this could probably... Yep. Oh, I haven't got a Russian translator. Damn it. If that says hello, well, welcome. Welcome. Oh, maybe this has got to go behind like that. Let's get rid of those sketch lines there. L to link. There we go. Okay, now let's get that connection off again. Stretch this out. It's a great thing about the proportional fall-off tool. Everything's in Russian now. Hello? Yes. Yes, I'm seeing everything. I wish I could get this translated. Like, I don't know if... Add stream marker. Oh, hello. I can do a stream marker. How cool is that? Awesome. Oh, she's got some good contours there. Yes. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to get rid of that line. Break that line there. Hi. I wish I could understand the, the Russian Cyrillic. It's not translating anything for me. I'm sorry. All right, she's looking pretty good. I think I want to try doing a refined sketch now. So let's go sketch, down, refined, draw mode. And we'll do this one in blue. Now, getting a lot of hellos. Okay, no, it does type in English. Maybe I just got the, maybe it's just sunning up in Russia now. Okay. Just gonna, yes, I want to save that. Okay, let's go here. Let's get drawing in pencil blue. Or maybe even narrower. See if I can get a nice sort of refined line here. Oh man. Really hope I haven't been hacked or anything like that. Okay. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Did they really? Oh gosh. So do I have to end the live stream and start again? Is that the trick? Oh my goodness. Hang on a second. Nope. Let's move that off. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try something here. Just joking. Yes, I hope so, because I don't want to stop the stream. Yes, and they all like the drawing. That's cool. That works for me. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get a refined sketch in here. This is the second stage. This is where I try to get or most of the details in a little bit more correct. You know, so yes, she's going to have... Yeah, I definitely want to give her a wider nose than J. Scott Campbell tends to draw. He tends to very much anglicize his characters, and I kind of want to give her as much faithfulness to her origins as possible. I'm in love with Blender, but I still couldn't use it. Oh, you get used to it. I totally enjoy drawing in grease pencil. Oh, this one's got a ponytail and she looks good. No. We're going to go with the headband. Yes, headband and hair out. Okay, there we go. And yes, there's a... Okay, so no, actually, this shape is a little bit different. It's like this. India's online. Yay! Hi, India. Excellent. So we'll go up and across, up, sort of like these little wingettes here. And this is sort of like an homage to, I don't know, was it Jack Kirby? Jack Kirby who did that sort of outlandish shapes and everything. It was so good. And artists in the past have really taken on board a lot of... Okay. Let's reverse this a little bit. Let's try this nose again. I like how Chris Batchelor draws his characters. I should probably look up one of his references. He's got some amazing proportions on his take on some people. Yep, let's erase that here again. Let's start that one again. Hello to everyone who's joining me here on the live stream. Yes, I am live streaming. Oh, here we go. Here's the crowd. We're up to 56, I think. Yes, excellent. Yes, what are we doing here? We are speed painting, and we are speed painting. Oh, I should probably save this file. Otherwise, I am going to lose everything. Oop. Assets. Speed paints. 2006. Have I got a 2006 yet? No, I don't. Wow. 2106. Ta-da. And we're going to call this Storm. Here we go. Excellent. Now, we've obviously got her collarbone going like this. Lots of muscles here. Obviously, I've got a bicep there. And then we've got a hand sort of receding this direction. Okay, still don't know what I'm going to do with that hand yet. Okay, a shoulder, another bicep. This might need a bit of fixing. Okay. I think that's more accurate than this hand. So let's erase this mess over here and let's try this again. Okay, two fingers together, one out like that, one out like this. It's the pinky, obviously. All right, and this impossible thigh here. We've got the kneecap is there, so we've got sort of rolling over that way. Muscle in the way there. This trapezoid shape. Obviously got the thigh goes around like this. And this foot, I think, would be a little bit higher, wouldn't it? Okay. Terminator tutorial. Okay, let's flip back to the other place, other side. These eyes and eyebrows. Let me get another reference here. Would you consider doing a Drawing 101 type video stream at all, or are you not generally in the market for specifically educate? I prefer to do that sort of educational stuff scripted for a very good reason, and that is that it manages to, like, I get to research all of the points. Now, I do happen to have a grease pencil course that is floating around. I can link to it if you like, and it is a sort of an introduction to illustrating in the grease pencil. And I could, that is a structured course. It's 5 or so hours of learning, and it takes you right through everything. So if you're interested in that, I think the promo is actually playing on my chat, like the first video that pops up on my channel. So if I don't manage to link to it, I'll put a little marker here and a stream marker. Let's see. Yep. Okay. For right liner shoulder and grease pencil course. No, you're welcome. No, it's proven to be a very popular course. I'm quite proud of it. It was a lot of work to get off the ground, but it was definitely worth doing. I spent a lot of time putting that stuff together. Yeah, doing it live stream. It's fun, but like, there's a lot of trial and error that you sort of see that's going on here. So like, while I'm trying to draw, there's a lot of redrawing that goes on, and so yeah, like I'm not 100% happy with some of this anatomy, which I'm going to probably have to look at another reference at some point. Actually, in some things she's got a bit of a belt that does this, doesn't she? Yeah, that sort of X belt. Yeah, cool. And so while I can get the drawing part of it, sometimes the knowledge that comes with it is, it's often having to stop and explain and stuff like that. And it's not great for a live stream where I kind of like to keep things a bit fast and loose, if you know what I mean. Nice. Animator here, frame by frame from sketch. Nice. Good. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliments. Oh, you're welcome, Ashley. Yeah, check that out. It's the first one there. I did that for Canopy Games, which was really, really good. So I'm doing a lot of grease pencil stuff at the moment because I am now doing some concept work for CG Cookie on their next short film. It's going to be an Eat Sheep short film, and I got contacted by Wes Burke there, and I'm doing a lot of reconcepting, actually, taking Tim von Ruden's amazing creature designs and just sort of revamping them a little bit, trying to stick to the original personality of it all, and then going to be storyboarding their script, which is it's going to be quite exciting. Okay, she looks okay from both sides, I think. These legs could definitely use a bit of work. I really don't like how these are coming out, but Oh, there's a lot of poses where she's got one straight down and oh yeah, it takes a long time to get the animation done. I totally hear you there, man. It's like inching towards a finish line, isn't it? It's and why everything has to be so meticulously planned. Oh, there's some great references that I'm looking at now. Nothing of high quality is ever easy or fast. No, no, it is not. This is the truth. It's absolutely right. Yeah, I did a video just the other day, I think, just to sort of revisit the line art modifier. And I've got a fairly fast computer now. I'm running a Ryzen 5900X, which is a 12 core, and I got 64 gig of RAM, and I got a nice RTX 2070. I think I haven't got one of the brand spanking new 3080s or anything like that. And still, line art takes a moment to compile, but it is worth it. It is absolutely worth it. And there's a workflow that you sort of have to get used to with using the line art modifier. I'm going to wrap this foot. I think this foot sort of disappears behind this leg a little bit, which sort of cheats it, I guess. Means her ankle's going to be higher. Okay. I'll just hide that behind some cape. Alright. Shading. Yeah. Just need to color what I make. Yeah. Okay, so this is where I've noticed. Okay. This is why I like doing this reverse look at thing, because then I notice the asymmetry that everyone sort of has a bit of a bias when it comes to drawing, and you won't notice if you're in the angle that you're used to drawing, but as soon as you flip it, you start noticing things. And I've noticed that these breasts are a little bit too far to the right. They really need to be over a little bit more, and a little bit more even, a little bit more realistic. Now I can probably cheat some of this foreshortening by scaling this hand down. Oh, this is going to be a bit wonky, isn't it? Ugh. What am I doing to her arm there? Okay, that's looking a little bit better. What I might do is I might try to redraw those lines, actually. I'll leave that on there for now. And no, I think this top bit needs a redraw. Yep. Yeah, under the armpit there. And while we're at it, we may as well redraw this silhouette as well. So we've got something a little bit more realistic. So we've got that and that. And then we've got this line that goes up like this. Okay. Look, I might start on some inks. Because I'm liking where this is going, and look, the inking process is about as tedious as this, actually. So let's drop that first sketch further down. We'll have the refined. You all can see the refined there a little bit. It's probably going to look a little bit magical as I... Now her face is quite symmetrical. I'm wondering... Let's see here. If I... get my cursor there. Let's just have a look at the cursor. 3D cursor. Excellent. Grid. We don't need it. And I'm going to place an empty right here. Now, when I go into draw mode, I'm going to put a modifier on this, the mirror modifier. Whoa. Yeah, we only want to influence the inks layer, and we want the object to be, no, it's not going to do it, empty. All right, there we go. Now, let's do a quick test, shall we? Let's get the ink pen. Solid stroke. We want a black line. Yep, it's going to do that. Excellent. Let's get a nice tight radius to begin with, and let's try painting this in. Yeah, it's a little wobbly, so why don't we do... no, stroke. Stabilize stroke. 40 could be a bit too powerful. Let's drop that down to 20. Hi, Ancient. How's it going? Oh, you back? You back from before? Nice to have you back. I'm trying to get onto the inking phase so that you guys aren't too bored for too long. And I'm using the mirror modifier to get a nice bit of symmetry going here. Because I think she's got some beautiful lines, and when she's looking dead on, Storm really looks badass. There we go. Okay. Now let's get this side of this face down. And this jawline. So even with these lines here... Oh, I'm new here. Okay, well, welcome, Ancient. Well, what we're doing here is we are drawing Storm from the X-Men. Well, I am drawing Storm from the X-Men. Okay, refined. No, we don't want to grab that refined yet. So let's just get this. I know that well, my friend Jason here, he'd be all like, Paul, what are you doing? You got to check this reference out. You got to check that reference out. He's all about getting it right, and I'll know when I finish this up that I would have done all the wrong things. Okay, so this is what I love about working with vectors. Or more importantly, what I love working... I should have done that first. Okay, let's go smooth. Let's go curve. Oh, that's very jagged here. No, I don't want to work with those. Okay. Smooth. 2. Grab. Actually, let's... how do I subdivide that? Smooth it again. There we go. It is. So maybe I should do the Marco. Boys, and gone. You know you want to hit that subscribe button, give it a like, all the stuff that Marco, my spruiker, usually says. I love having you guys around. It's lots of fun, and I wanted to get this one done tonight instead of putting it off for tomorrow night, because I may have another topic to perhaps stream tomorrow night. What's that? 2 live streams in 2 days? Quite possibly. Not sure yet. Hoping all goes well. Depends on the workload. Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend. Okay. Sometimes I fix these up in the cheat way, which is boom, boom, subdivide, smooth. Oh yeah. Look at that. Smooth. And let's get rid of you. And let's get you in here. God, I love using this mirror modifier for this sort of stuff. And I'm basically in edit mode right now, and it allows me to just grab points, sort them out, get something that looks a lot cleaner. Like that. Or do I want to... I'll just smooth it a little bit. I'll get a bit more info in there. Smooth. soften that jawline up just a touch. Because she's a badass. I really like. I really love some of the line work that I've seen on artists' interpretation of this character. If you can't hear it in the background, my wife is just shushing my kids who think I'm doing a live stream with my face, and they've threatened to just stick their heads in the door, and little do they know. Yes, they are of the YouTube generation, so they know all about live streaming. And when I told them, they're like, "Oh, cool, you're famous." And I'm like, "Yeah, no. I'm not Sniper Wolf or whoever they like to watch these days, streaming games and whatnot." G'day! Is this someone from Australia? Excellent. Okay, good. So now that I've got that face outline, let's thicken these lines up a bit. Oh yeah, because from a distance we really want to see those inks stand out. So let's do that a little bit more. Yes. Oh, yeah, these are going to look good. These are going to look very, very good. And yeah, using the mirror modifier just for the head will be really good. Okay, so we got this shape. Up. Yeah, I'll keep her headdress. And we'll have to fix this shape up to give this. I'll have to play the guessing game, but kind of hard to do that over the text chat. I'll give you a clue. She's an X-Man, and her name rhymes with Dorm. What did I just do? Oh my god, I hope I really didn't lose all that work. Subdivide, smooth. Probably end up replacing these strokes with something like a circle or something. Why did I get rid of that one? Because I just want to go boop, something a little bit more. Oh yes, let's make her look a little bit more regal. Had a pretty cool backstory, Storm, and I think they haven't really retconned it. Last time I was collecting comics, it was Professor Xavier finds her in a street market somewhere, and she's pickpocketing him or something like that. And of course he's finding all the mutants everywhere. Someone from Poland. Hi there. All right, so now that I've done the mirror stuff, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply. Okay, I need to go into object mode. Apply. Now I can get rid of this empty. Excellent. Let's go back into draw mode. So now we can draw asymmetrically. Oof, what am I going to do about these legs? Hello, sir. Hi, Cree Getter. You know what? I think I want to do the hair. No, look, I'll do the torso. I'll start with the foreground here. Now, what I might do this with a circle. Got to drop down that radius quite a bit because the circle becomes quite large. I'm going to hit enter, go into edit mode. And let's just scale down those vertices. That's Alt S if anyone's wondering. And because it's going to be looking down from underneath, it'll be thicker below, thinner further away from us. There we go. We've got a nice asymmetry there. How's that, huh? You're welcome. You're welcome. Where are you from? Okay. Yeah. See how thick that horrible line is. But if we go into edit mode, select all with the L key, Alt S, thin that down. Scale that into X. Maybe we'll grab a couple of these. Scale that in the X to get a more oval shape. There we go. Thin this down because we'll be seeing the material and we'll be seeing under that. That looks much nicer. Excellent. India. Oh yes, it's the perfect time for an Indian audience around when I do this. It's quite early here in Australia. It's only 9:30 in the evening. So yeah, we're doing good. Doing good. Hope you get a lot out of watching this. So anyone who's just joined, or if I hadn't said so before, we're back down to 28, but I think it's a new crowd. Yeah, sorry about that. What are we doing here? We are drawing Storm from the X-Men. Now, the way it works is that every month or so, I put up a poll on my Patreon. I can put a link there if you like. I should probably spruik it more, but like it's not necessary at the moment. Yeah, so my Patreon supporters all get to vote on a selection of possible subjects for a Speedpaint each month. And the winner of this one was obviously this character here, Storm. 7:30 p.m. in Malaysia. Hi, Malaysia. Oh, man. All these international watchers. It's making me miss travel. Hope things are okay over there in India and Malaysia, where you guys are. Or if you're in any sort of a lockdown, that this is going to brighten your day a little bit. Ah, yeah, those inks are looking quite nice. Now we can do this sort of bodice twist there. Yeah, let's go. Bit of a... There. There and there. And we've got this. Okay. Now some of these very definite lines will definitely, when we start to ink the leather, will have to be quite prominent. That's looking good. Hello. Oh, Bolivia. Wow, we are gone international tonight. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, everyone's going, oh, but you should make it for a US crowd and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of wish I could be awake for that. But those times are not great for me just because right now my kids are going to sleep. It's quiet. I don't have any work that's urgent right at this second, and I can just sit back and do some drawing. And I just thought, look, the live streams have been sort of popular. People have been jumping on and commenting and chatting and all that, and it's been really fantastic to see. I thought, well, look, maybe someone will want to watch me put some lines down in grease pencil here. So yes, I hope you're all enjoying this. If any of you are grease pencil users, or you just like to look at a speed paint, it's fun to watch other people draw. I find, sort of see where they go and what they do. Actually, that symmetry is not too bad. Oh, hello. Oh, Oh, I'm gonna have to, yee. Well, I'm gonna have to cut that bit out of the of the stream. Or maybe I should just disable some things. How do we do this? Turn off focus mode. Notification settings. That? No. Okay. Save my settings. Okay. That'll do. Right. Sorry, just got pinged by a job that I'm on, and I can't give too many details away. That's the issue. And let's get back our references here. Oh, there's the coloured one. Oh, hello. There's a good one. No, she's too smiley. Image, new tab. Let's zoom in on this one. This one's got the, yeah, I see what's going on here. Excellent. Draw. Bicep drawn in, and then we've got a muscle that goes like this, like that. Elbow, muscle, wrist. Okay, so this is where I've gone wrong with this hand. So I might just have to quickly edit the refined edit mode here. Let's take off connected. We probably wouldn't see those fingers, and maybe not even that one. We'd definitely see this one. Maybe we redraw it. Maybe we redraw. Let's go with pencil here, and let's just erase some things. All right. Oh, no, hidden. Okay. There we go. Can you 3D model? Yes, I can. This is obviously a grease pencil live stream at the moment. I'm not good at sculpting. I'll tell you that right off the top of the. From Indonesia 640. Oh, there must be 2 time zones there. Now what if I did this with the fingers, sort of like claw them around, and they can be in shadow? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Get our ink pen back. Bleh. Get that layer selected. Save our work here for a second, just in case anything goes wrong. It's the ball of the hand, thumb. Okay, thumb can go back like this. Let's just jump into edit mode quickly, because the thumb here is going to look a little wonky. Sorry, got my stylus in my mouse right now. There we go, that looks a lot nicer. Oh, I got Brazil. Hi, Brazil. Blah, too thick. Let's thin that down a little bit. Let's get a nice. We'll end up doing this a bit stylized, I think. Yeah, it's just so we sort of see bits of the hand there. Yep, great. Now, this one here. No way! All right. Almost like Eurovision. Almost. Nah, that's going to look wrong. It's going to look wrong if I do that. Unless we do this. We go around like that. Now we try to draw it. So we'd sort of see that. Yep. I'm going to have to thin this line down. Okay, that's, yeah, actually that's looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Yay, nay? Might end up doing what I did for some of the other speed paints, and that is just sort of like do the torso and then sort of cut it off with the camera so I won't have to worry about those legs. See, I do want to do some lightning and stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to need a lot of stabilization for the next bit. And we're going to pump up that radius just a little bit so that we can draw in the main lines for the hair. One. This is contouring. It's always a lot of fun when you've got a good base. I like it. Oh, thank you, Ancient. Go 40 here. Let's drop the stabilize to 20. So much back and forth with this stuff, but it's all really, really worth it. Okay, so obviously there's going to be a little bit of a thing there. This is going to be hair. Do you use 3D models at all to draw over them for reference? Yes, I do. Oh, I love the name. Wow Bagger. Hitchhiker's fan over here. My handle used to be Flawed Prefect. Yes, I do use 3D reference models. It depends on the situation. If you need stuff that... if you need to, like... What am I trying to say here while I'm drawing? Yes, there are times where 3D references are really, really good. In the past, what I've done is I've used the reference models from Clip Studio Paint because they've got a nice sort of anime proportions, which is sort of generally like my style, and I sort of take it from there. Pocket Node's back! Yay! What did you miss? Well, how about I zoom out here, Pocket Nerd, and let you be the judge. What do you think? What do you think of my inks so far? Do you approve? Is it is it moved along significantly? Yeah, look, I'm all for it. Now, when working with grease pencil, if you're going to use 3D references, there are so many ways that you can use them. I think if you'll just give me 1 second, I'm going to quickly look up a link. Here he is. Yes. Marco Bucci, I think his name is. I'm just going to copy this link and post it and paste it in grease pencil concepts. I'll post it. Oh, there. Sorry, I'll paste it in the description, but I'm just going to paste it here in the chat. Okay. If anyone wants to jump over to that, this guy creates 3D models. He sculpts them, and then he sketches with grease pencil over the 3D model. It is amazing, amazing to look at, and it's a methodology that I would love to master someday. But with the advent of the line art modifier, you can take it to another level. I don't think it'll make it easier exactly, but like you could almost see the ideas behind something like Marco's method really getting expanded with say the line art modifier. So for instance, you could oh yeah, so hair's looking great now. You could get a sculpt or a 3D reference model or something like that, like Marco does, and then you can do a background ref. Yeah, that style is really cool. What I love about Marco's style is that the shading looks like traditional Photoshop airbrushing, but what you're looking at is the light effects on the 3D sculpt, right, under line work. And to me, it's just mind blowing, because he sculpts and he draws in 3D space. So I'll just show you here for a second. I'm gonna middle mouse click and drag around, and you can see that this is in 3D space. It's not a flat representation. It's almost like, okay, if I bring up the grid and maybe the floor, now you can sort of see where it's sitting in 3D space, right? And long story short, you can use your stroke placement to be 3D cursor, a surface even, or a stroke. And you can change your drawing plane to whatever the view is, and lines will stick to surfaces in the view that you're drawing. And that's how he operates, which is really, really fantastic. So I'm just going to switch off those things again. Yeah. She's coming along nicely. So look, I'm going to attempt these legs with my crappy anatomy. Call yourself an artist, Paul? How dare you? I have a question. Can we change the color of the background working area? Yes. Oh, sure, man. Sure. Okay. I'm going to show you how. I go over to my world properties. I click on the color, and then I can drop that down. Is that a little better? I mean, it doesn't make the other line work look good. Right, but is that a bit better on the eyes? I mean, I could still draw like this if you like. It's in edit mode. It doesn't work great, is all. Now, I wanted these a bit chunkier. There we go. That's what we need to do. Okay, so if these earrings are sort of coming out like that. Draw. Thanks, mate. Yeah. I know. Oh, but like for on-screen work, it is a bit eye-bleedy. I do agree. And the first thing that Canopy Games said when they approached me about the course, they said, look, one of the first things you want to do when you're doing the grease pencil course is to drop down that brightness, because on screen it's going to look intense. And he's right. He's right. Like, you know, we do have very bright monitors, and, you know, we're sort of used to that. Okay, so now they're looking uneven, aren't they? Okay, 1 and 2. Maybe we want a bit more on the back, so it looks like maybe it's receding from us. How about that? Now I'm going to smooth and smooth and smooth and smooth. Should have done that with the smooth tool and just gotten some iterations in there. Okay. Look, man, these inks are looking good. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly join up some of these so that when we do a quick fill, the fill trick is always the best. I like what the fill tool allows you to do now. It's not just straight bucket these days. But you do need to have line work that is closed. I mean, you can experiment with the, what do they call it? Some of the fill parameters. Can't think and talk at the same time, as it's a terrible affliction. Wish I could. Should be one of those people who just talk over their drawing all the time. But I script a lot of stuff. Yeah, 32. 32 is not a bad number. This is really good. This is really good. Yeah, so I'm just sort of closing off some of these inks. What I might do, let's just get rid of those references for now. Is there a rule of thumb as to when you connect the inks and when you use the fill color as the border, if that makes sense? I think you might be talking about when you want to paint. I don't know if there's a rule of thumb exactly. I tend not to go with rules of thumbs. I'm really sorry, just because I kind of do. I'm sort of one of those artists who I do what works, and if it works, do it. That's sort of my thinking behind it. It depends on the style, I guess. If you've got a more painterly style, you can get away with it. Like, you don't need to close off the lines. There's a reason I'm closing off these lines for this particular purpose, and you'll see in a minute. All right. But in general, like, if you're going to just be doing straight sort of painting type stuff, you really don't. You really don't need to. Okay, so now I'm going to go... Oh, that's quite thick, so let's drop that down even further, maybe? And get that there. Some hair to look as though it's coming out from behind. Excellent. Now can I watch this video again? Yes, you can. All my streaming content will be saved, and then it's what's the word? Yes, it's cataloged, and what you're seeing here is going to then be edited down into a Speedpaint. So you're going to be able to, if you haven't got, how long have I been going for? It's almost 10 o'clock, and do I have a? I started at 8:30, a little over an hour. Little over an hour on one of the inks. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to be compressing this down into a Speedpaint set to music, and it's going to look a lot more exciting than watching me just faff around, as they say. Hair contouring is some of my favorite part of the... Although, yeah, no, not a problem, not a problem. Let's get this contour be smoothed out a little bit. This one to run more in line. That's looking nice. That's the idea, but you can change to white if it's more comfortable for you and others. No, it's not. It's not comfortable at all. It's not great for the red pencil and blue pencil, but when it comes to inks and coloring, I do tend to prefer a darker background. I definitely do, and you know, it's a screen thing. You know, so no, I totally don't mind. Totally don't mind. All right, so look. I've got this part of Storm. I can continue with this bit. Now, in order to make that look a little bit better, what we could do is some adjustments. If we unlock that, darken that up with this tint color factor, that could work. I'll try to draw in these bits at the very least, right? Because I like the contours to go on. Or that, okay, got round. And I really like the shapes here. And I want this sort of spandex leotard thing. Sort of have a home. But I really don't like what I've done with this knee here, right? So I'm wondering if I just draw it up to a certain point and then sort of crop it out. You know what I'm saying? Now, I haven't done anything for the cape there, which I had sort of these shoulder things. Do we even need it? I'm just going to look at my reference here. She's got that double, the cape with the slit in it. I might end up changing this cape. Yeah, I think I will. What I'm going to do is let's take out those. Let's bring in an extra layer here. Lock off the inks for a second. Let's just do a bit of a play around. Maybe with a black pencil. So we'll just go with the normal pencil here. Oh, no, that's disgusting. Let's go. That looks better. Right, okay. Now, she would have these little bracelets here, and she would have these sort of upper arm bracelets, armband type things, right? And then she's got these things that connect. But the way I'd want it to billow is sort of like with this nice... this would really cover up her hands though, wouldn't it? Right, unless I do something like... So that would go around like that, and then the rest of the cape billows around like this. Okay, so got there, there, there. It's all about where you put those loops to really sell this. And I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. So maybe if I go like this, okay, so it would go from bicep to bicep, great. And that would go from bicep to wrist, okay. And this would go like that, right. And then we would have another bit of cape that goes out like this, billows around, sort of like an odd sort of a Batman shape type thing. But it could be kind of cool with all of these odd loops, right? It's sort of one of the things that I really liked about Storm. She had these interesting lines and patterns. I have a question. In freestyle line sets in Blender, this video, can you replay me? In this video, no, I can't replay it. This is a live stream. Is it one of the videos that I've had on my channel? If I have, I could possibly link it in the notes when I'm done here. Okay, so let's go with this for the cape. Could look cool. So we definitely need some chunky armbands here. Let's split this up a little, and then she could have these more refined armbands with, you know, dark banding like that. And then, yep, we'd go billow, armband, wristband, okay, yep. Yeah, we want that asymmetry. That's what we're after, actually. I wonder if we go like that, is it too bat-like or a bit wrong? Could we even see that part of it? Who inspired you to do this? Let's see. I do a questionnaire on my Patreon. Let me see here. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Just a second while I pull up my Patreon page. Here we go. I'm just going to paste this in the description here. So I do a questionnaire on my Patreon, and then I let my patrons vote on a select number of subjects. And I've been doing a few X-Men themed ones. And so then I decided to do the women of X-Men, because I've always loved some of the women characters. And unfortunately, my favorite one didn't even get a look in. And so Storm got the most votes. So then so that's why I'm drawing Storm. So that should look okay. If we just drop that down, go to inks now. Draw. No. Ink pen. Definitely need a stabilizer on this. Quite strong, because I'm doing loops here. And let's draw these in. Yeah. See how that that works so well. Okay, so this will, I don't want too many tangents. I'm going to cross this line for a second. But then what I can do is I can go into edit mode and I can just select a couple of these points. That one. Just move that over. Move this over. That's got to remain thicker. And just edit that ever so slightly so it sits behind like that. Okay, we definitely need, there. Then we've got you. It goes down like that. Then we've got a nice big billow out like that. There we go. This one needs a lot of smoothing. Let's just go 5 on that. Okay, so that would be the front, and then we've got a cape behind. So we could probably even have this streaming behind her thigh there and sort of curling back like that. So if we get our camera, instead of having our camera all the way out here, right, if we move this in and select what we want to see of Storm, maybe we can get a more interesting composition. Yes, I like that. I think I like that a lot. Just move that up a bit. And so now all we have to do is ink what we're going to see. Still give her a bit of that. Let's get rid of those. Smooth 5. And the outside lines we definitely want thickened up. All right. Okay, we're looking pretty good. We are looking pretty good. Let's go to you, and do that. No, I don't want that mode there. I want that. Nice speed. Yes, it's this is the slow part of the speed paint. This is the real-time live stream. And I'm going to take this edit. So I'm going to take the footage and speed it up so you can sort of see the end result in a day or two. All right. These inks are almost done. Now we've obviously got to get those armbands in. So why don't we put those in now? Go into draw mode, stroke. Let's drop that back to 20. And we've got an armband that goes around like this and like that. 1, 2. And let's delete a couple of these points. There we go. Hey Hassan, how's it going? So good for you to join us. Okay. Yep. There's one armband. Well, obviously we need this this top armband as well. Now, what's this going to be? Where's the contour here? I think it's like this. There we go. There we go. Why aren't you using the scissor? Probably because I'm lazy and I'm particular. And sometimes the scissor is a lot of trial and error. But mainly I'm lazy and set in my ways. I do a lot of adjustment just because not exactly old school, but it's just sometimes the way you sort of think is bang, bang. It's just easy to think things through the way you sort of know. And so what I sometimes do is I get something like that, and I select those, and I can delete all of those points at once, and then just adjust and adjust and extrude and adjust. And like it's sort of like old vector drawing, sort of illustrator type stuff that I'm just used to doing, I guess. Yeah, I don't use every tool in the book. I'm sorry, there are obviously times when I could probably use it a lot more. Okay, these inks, they're looking pretty good. All right, so I might put down my reference here. Oh wow, we're back up to about 54. Hi everyone. Either you've come back or you're joining us for the first time. Welcome. Doing a speed paint. Well, it will be a speed paint of Storm from the X-Men. As chosen by my Patreon supporters. And so these inks. Look, I could definitely throw in a few more details on the inks, I think. But what I want to do is I want to get on with the coloring and show you how I go about that. Now, the coloring here is I'm gonna do this in front view because let's get rid of this camera here. Right, so that we've got some gaps. Thanks, Philippe. All right, inks are there. Let's get another layer in there, drop it down, go flats. Excellent. And we'll probably have to make a palette up along as we go. Now, this is the bit where I've got to really think about it, because we've got to have two gaps here. And it's not great at filling gaps, but no matter. Let's start with this. Okay, so we've got bucket fill. We want to set this to solid fill. And we're going to go into negative instead of positive. And I'm going to do a skin tone, which definitely has to be in, you know, the darker tones. We need to be able to see her. And now what I can do is I can hold down Alt and draw, I think it's a construction line. Now, did this work? Yes, it did. Right. You can see where that construction line is drawn. I do want to see those construction lines though. And did I switch something off? There's a way that you can display them. Is it view and render, strokes, 2D world space, viewport display, edit line color. If we pull this up to, I don't know, maybe like that. Let's see if this works. Alt. Nope. Not doing it. Not having a bar of it. Okay, so there's... And why is it not filling in? This is probably because it's detecting that getting it blocked off. Okay. So let's just... why don't we make a deliberate gap here? Okay. There we go. Now, if I go into flats... Let's just select everything. Let's start clean. All right, what that is a construction line. Now, obviously, we're not going to see this bit, but I'm a real stickler for a bit of detail, so I'm just going to make that nice and closed there. Lock off that inks. Bring back Storm. And we'll just do a block color again. So, negative, hold down Alt. Let's just do a quick construction line anywhere outside, and there we go. We've got our block in there. Now, while we're there, we can go clean up boundary strokes. That doesn't actually do anything, does it? Not that we care really, but we do care about these gaps. And so, is this what we can use a scissor tool? Maybe it is. I'm going to try it. Should we try? Cutter. Nope, that just takes it all away. So what's the best way to go about this? We'd probably have to do this in two parts then, instead of just having it all filled. And that part would have to be maybe this arm. So if we go bang, bang. So also got these earrings as well. Oh boy. Maybe I can do a holdout material. Let's see. New. Fill. Solid. Holdout. Let's see if this works. Ink pen. Holdout. Yep. That's how we do it. One. The holdout material makes this transparent. Okay. So we use the holdout here to draw out. Now, I wonder if I can bucket fill with it. Should we try bucket filling with it? I've never tried. Look, it's worth a shot. We can always just undo. So let's do this. Material. Oh, we got to call this holdout. Holdout. And we got the holdout material. Bang, 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 bang. Yes! 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 I've learnt something tonight. I have learnt something tonight, guys, and you were there for it. You witnessed it. Excellent. Okay, so there's our flats. Now, I actually had something before. Hi, Elia. How you doing? I did have something before in a collection. I had this storm effect. But I bet you all want to see me draw that, don't you? I can sort of know that people are going to be vigorously nodding. So, the wonders of technology. Thanks. Okay, so how did I draw this? Okay, how about I do this for you real quick, because it's storm effects are really fun to draw. I'll quickly draw that storm effect in. Let's first off get this old world, which is a darker world, and I'm going to create a second grease pencil object here. So Shift A, grease pencil blank, and I'm going to call this lightning. This is a lot of fun. Right, so let's go into draw mode. Got a pencil tool. I'm going to use the ink. It's called rough, because this has a bit of a sort of jaggedy type of thing on it. Okay, we got grease pencil, lightning. Okay, we'll give this a new layer. Give this a material. We'll just go with the solid strokes, good enough. Vertex paint. We'll paint in white. It would be fun. Yeah, sure. Okay, so far, that's pretty jagged in the ink pen rough. The stroke, okay, my old settings are on here. There's this thing under stroke called randomize. I'm going to randomize the radius, and I'll randomize this jitter. Actually, I'm not going to use a pressure sensitivity, so it's really nice and random. Okay, that's very random. Maybe a little bit less. Really bring that radius up. Maybe, yeah, a bit of pressure sensitivity on that. Okay, now if I draw, press hard, it goes thick. All right. It's starting to look like lightning. Maybe it's a bit too much. There we go. Okay. So now we can get these storm effects in with this. No, let's do this one again. Right. Let's drop that radius down, do some nice little thin ones. Maybe drop the jitter down a bit more so we can do sort of more of these sorts of lines. Okay, so far we've got a good basis for the lightning. But then, you know, you want to add a bit of effect as well. Right. So it's nice and random. Looking good. Might edit just a bit of the most jagged parts. So I might go X, dissolve between. X, dissolve between, where it's really, really off. Right, but that's looking pretty good. Okay, so then we'll just add a couple of effects. The first is a blur. We'll just blur it ever so slightly. We won't go as high as 50, and we may. Oh, I can crank up those samples, not a problem. And the other one I'm going to add is glow, and this glow is going to have a nice electric blue color. Threshold is going to be way low, and we can bump that quite high, right? And that's oh, thank you, Emil. 50, that's 25, 25. That starts to get more interesting. And what we could do is actually, let's reverse this. Let's give it a nice white glow, but the actual stroke material, let's go into Vertex Paint. Let's select everything. Vertex paint. We'll make the center of it nice and blue. So we'll get that strength right up, radius right up. Ooh, okay. Not looking great so far. Maybe we'll do a lighter blue. Maybe we can gradiate this a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit darker blue around the edges. Nah, you know what? I'm going to be consistent. Okay, let's get back into object mode. Color. What happens here? Regular. Add. Add? Yes. 15. No. Why don't we add a tint? Let's go colorize. See the colorize before the blur. Duotone. Low, higher color. Up, 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 up. Alright, we got the colorize. Luminance. Glow color. Electric blue. Okay, I think that's working a lot nicer. Drop the threshold. Okay, cool. We'll add a couple of extra effects there with some lights later. All right. So that's our lightning. Excellent. We'll just drop the lightning. Okay, we'll go back to storm here because we really want to get some colors in on storm. Now, this layer here, the flats, is a really good mask now. Let's see. Here we go. Colors. Colors 2. Well, I think we'll start with the hair. Now, I'm going to bring up my reference again. So we've got skin tone, hair, and costume. Obviously, the costume is going to be black and white. Hair is going to be white as well as the eyes. And we're going to have some gold in there as well too. The skin tone, I think I might want to change this ever so slightly. So I'm going to make a new palette. Call this Storm. I'll add that nice blue there. I'll color pick this color. And maybe this skin tone will make it a little bit more richer. We'll make it a little bit more, put more red in there. A little bit red? Golden? That could work, although there's going to be a lot of blue on there, but I guess we'll colorize that eventually. Okay, I think I'll stick with that for now. And now we'll do draw. But I don't want to have to trace absolutely everything. So let's do this. We go colors. Masks plus flats. That's going to be our masking layer. Now, anything we draw over here, so if I do this, that's the holdout material. We don't want the holdout material. We want the solid fill material. There we go. Sorry. If we do that, it's going to mask it out, which is really, really cool. I don't want the ink pen rough. I want the ink pen smooth. So now we can do this. We can do some fill-ins here. Don't need that. Let's go up along the contour of the head. Oh, hello. Wrong color. Let's go with a nice gray here. Okay, which we can fix. So as long as we get enough detail in there. And then around. Okay. That fills in the hair, pretty much. Except around these ears where we'll have to do a slight adjustment so that we can keep that tone underneath. But everything else is going to be painted on top, so it won't matter so much. So doing fills this way can be quite satisfying. no, we want white there. There. Yep. Okay, that's looking good. All right, now instead of black, I think we're going to go with a grey, or maybe a sort of a bluish grey storm. So we'll set it to blue, but then we'll drop that value quite low. Just like that. Yeah, cool. Okay. Aha. When does it get easier? Oof. You just have to keep drawing, man. Yes. Does it get easier? Well, yes, it does. But you don't notice it right away. That's the trick of it, you know. Okay. Up. Across. Okay, there's one part there. Obviously, we've got the cape part, so let's do the cape part. Second part. Interesting how it comes on purple first, hey? Like that. Third part. All right. I'm going to bring back my sky from before because I need to work with the colors, and I'll just disable my lightning for now, just so I can concentrate on her. Yes, it's Storm. Yes, it's Storm. This will be this month's speed paint. So right now you're looking at the speed paint done in real time. This is how long it usually takes me to get one of these down. Then everything's compressed into about 4 or 5 minutes. So it's fairly highly compressed time when you're looking at the speed paint video itself. All right. See you, Ancient. See you, mate. Good to have you. You can catch the speed paint itself in a couple of days, or you can, watch this later. How are you feeling in the shapes and draw mode? I'll show you. I'll show you because I've got to do another fill. You can use the fill tool. But you can also just draw shapes as well. Right now I'm in edit mode so that I can just adjust these points because I prefer to rough everything out so that I got some points to work with and then just move these in. Like if I can't automatically do bucket fill, not every situation calls for a bucket fill. Lost it there again. There we go. Yeah, not every situation calls for bucket fill. Sometimes you do need to just trace something out. Okay, that's looking nice and much neater. There we go. Sometimes you just need to trace around shapes. And so I use a number of methods. I know about it. Cool. Why? Oh, I get it. You're answering someone else's question. I get it. Right, so okay, yeah, let's just get this part here. Now, obviously, I've left out some of the inks along the top here and along the edges, which I think I might need to put in before I go any further, just so I know where the colors sit. But so far, Storm is coming along. What we need now is a gold color. So I'm just going to go to palette and see if there's something that's close to gold. It needs to be more metallic, more... Look, we'll go with that for now. We can always change it, I guess. I colour over the lines too. See ya, Laia. Nice to have you. Okay, so these earrings, these are gold. 1. This earring is gold. 2. Right. The belt is obviously going to be gold. I may as well do this in a couple of parts. Okay. All right. So right now I'm just using the ink pen there. Go into edit mode, grab one of these points just to put it in place like that. Okay, she's definitely coming along here. Obviously we need black for her headdress. What can I do here? Actually, I could probably do a fill on the inks layer. Why don't we try this? Let's go. Is that closed off enough? We can give it a shot. Solid plus fill. Yep. But then we've got that shape there, which, yeah, we don't really want to do a holdout. So it might be best if we do this in parts. It's literally blowing my mind. Well, I'm glad. Alright. Around that way. Cool. Maybe we'll do it like this. Just be easier to do sort of in parts like this. And then like this. And then just grab those points and move them around a little bit. Okay. I think this is the time where people begin to peter off, which is fine. So I might end up wrapping up this speed paint here soonish, and then continue it to finish everything out a little bit later with all the effects that you'll probably see in the thing. But I'll see if I can keep going a little bit just to get it all in as much of one take as possible. Yep. Okay, cool. So she's looking good here. Look, that's good enough. Let's bring in those colors back. There we go. All right, so what I wanted to do next is some detail inks. So I might just do this on a separate layer to start with, just in case. And with the ink pen solid fill, we need that solid stroke. And this is where we need to do some of the finer line work, like thank you, Kirikou. Okay, too thick. Let's bring that thickness down. We want to use thin lines. We want a good stabilized stroke so that we can get 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we want this sort of X symbol, and so what I'm going to do, I think, is take this circle. Let's duplicate it. We'll move that up to our second grease pencil layer right here, and we'll scale this down. Just thin this right out. Scale it down a little bit more. All right. Okay, yep, that's already looking better. And now we want to get this X in here. So we're going to need, should we do it with lines? Let's see if we can do it with lines. Oof, too thick. Let's go 3 here. 1. 2. 3. 4. Okay, we'll start here. Okay, so you can see sort of where they're intersecting, right? And I think you know where I'm going with this. I'm just going to delete a bunch of these points here that we don't need. Now, if you do these ones, right, then you can just link select all of those. Right. Let's bring those around in like so. Okay, maybe we can go stroke. No, no. Let's go subdivide, delete, delete that point there. Subdivide, delete that point there. Okay, we've got a point there, a point there. So now we can go pop, pop. Oh, thanks, Guillermo. Guillermo. X is almost taking shape. This is the X belt, obviously. And now we want to, now let's go dissolve. Let's make these straight as we can. Yep. There we go. Okay. All right, so now, this is the good bit. We can thicken this up so it looks like it drops in a bit of a shadow there, right? There we go. We can thicken these up, right? See where I'm going with this? Using the edit tool is these up. We thin these out a little bit. Thin this one out. Right. So anything closer to us along the top until we should be nearing. There we go. See that? Now we've got a nicer looking belt there. We've just built one. Very nice. All right. Let's get this contour. Ah, that's in there. Okay. And, yes, that's right. I wanted to contour some of these shapes here, so we wanted to get a bit of a contour on there, and then we wanted a line which contours like that. Okay, get more of a to an airbrush stroke. Not a huge fan of the airbrush just because these are supposed to be very defined lines here. And I like to work in a more comic style. I do have an airbrushing trick, which I'm going to show you in a second. I think it'll blow your mind. Now, this one is going to have to match this contour here. So let's start with the back one. Okay, so we got one and continue it up there. Bang. Okay, good. And there'll be one on the outside too. So it'll be round like that. Yep. lost it again. Shift, middle mouse, drag. And that'll be going down like that. Shift, middle mouse, drag. And now on the inside, is there one on the inside? I think so. Yep. Boom. There we go. Probably won't see that. Hey, let's look through our camera. No, we will. We will. Okay, so then definitely need one here as well. Oh, man, my hand really slipped there. Up. Third time's a charm. Bang. All right. Looking a lot nicer. Yep. All right. Let's grab all of those inks that we've just put down. M inks. So now they belong on the one layer. Let's bring in our colors too. Now you can sort of start to see, yeah, starting to look good. Starting to look good. I see you copying Bob Ross's voice. You know, I've never heard the guy. I've never heard the guy. But I take that as a huge compliment. I do know who Bob Ross is. We're just going to fill in a happy little eyeball here. Solid fill. White. And let's get this eye filled in there. Eye filled in here. There we go. All right. I'm going to have to adjust these colors a little bit. There we go. Right, so we've got gold, 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 gold. We want a sort of a silvery. Okay, so I'm not particularly digging this blue. Really not. So, for instance, if I was to go this color, I think I do want something a little bit more black. So let's go full black. And then let's just bring up the value ever so slightly. Now, in order to vertex color just one thing, we have to go into edit mode. And we have to select the shapes that we want to vertex color, right? And then we go into vertex color mode. And then you vertex color those shapes. Nothing else will be touched because that's just the selection. Okay, yes, I'm going to go with the gray tone. That looks so much better. You get added to the list. Great. Excellent. Back to draw mode. Because now what we want to do is to get a bit of a silver. Yeah, but first, obviously, we need to. Let's go F there. Bring that in there. Yes. Yes, I have noticed some of those little spots on the outside of the original color fill was a bit off. Oh, hello. We're seeing a bit of our gap here too. So we'll just adjust this camera as well. Let's just move you in. Let's move you up. There we go. And across that way. A bit stronger composition. Excellent. Now I'll just disable that. All right. We'll put in these secondary colors. Then I'll do a bit of shading. And then I'll probably call it a night. That's how you change the color if you've already filled with vertex paint. Yes. Yes, it's a really neat system. And I've missed some inks over here. Naughty Paul. Okay, let's go draw. Solid stroke black. I'm gonna go. Oh no. Let's give that a thicker line. 20, about that. Yes, going back to the vocal. Yeah, I can't be too loud because my kids are asleep and I can't wake them up. I can't wake them up. I'm not too far away from their room, but they could probably hear me through the door. Now let's get a nice silver in there, shall we? So let's bring that grey up. Let's try this. We'll try this. Do you think this is going to work? No. Oh, that's a solid stroke. Solid fill. there's a gap there, and look, you know what? I could close that off. Yeah, let's be smart about this. I want to close off that gap. There should be no, there's a gap that we'll need to close off as well. That's going to go off. Probably have to put in a construction line there. And there's a gap here. Okay. Colors. Fill that in there. Let's start with this one. Let's try pop. Okay, that's good enough for that. Let's see. We go pop. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Oh, still got a gap here somewhere. It's right there. Ancient's back. Hi, Ancient. Yes, onto the colouring phase, Ancient. There we go. Okay, we're going to close that off and see if we can get this filled right. Yes! Okay, good. How about this one? Yes! That's probably going to be around the back, so I'm just going to do a bit of a cheat here and do that. Obviously, this armband is also going to be silver, as is this wristband here. So let's fill that in nice and fill in this wristband over here. Nice. Yep. Let's get this one filled in. Should have probably just bucket filled this one, but it's just a rectangle. Now she's looking stormy. She's looking good. Okay. I want a lip color, and I want it to be very close to the flats. While I'm speaking of flats, I might end up just adjusting these. Now, because they work as a mask, right, they're going to mask out anything on that top fill layer as well. So it is going to take a little bit of tweaking and adjusting and all that sort of stuff. And I don't really want to spend too much time on it. Just these most obvious glaring bits before, on this colors too, I'm going to take this color and I'm going to darken that up, maybe redden it a little bit for this lovely lip color. And I'm going to go 1, 2. How's that? How's that for it? Yep. My hand's getting sore. My hand's getting a little tired. So, yes. All right. Okay. We've got some colors, guys. How's that? Are you comics something you've been interested in, or is it something you fell into? Oh, I've always been interested in comics, yeah. I collected when I was in high school in the, I'll say early 90s. Yep, that's showing my age. Yes, you're looking at someone who's in their 40s, if you can believe it. Yeah, no, I sort of jumped on board after I was reading my uncle's old collection. My uncle had this old, amazing collection from the vintage Marvel stuff. You know, the early Stan Lee, Jack Kirby stuff, Fantastic Four, Thor, and Avengers, and all that sort of stuff. And I loved reading those. And then I started to collect for myself, because I had a friend in high school who was a collector, and he sort of got me into it, and I really wanted to see what it was all about. But, like, you know, a lot had happened between the 60s and the late 80s, early 90s, or so I thought. And so I started collecting again, and I was looking for a good number one, and just so happened that around about when I started collecting, Chris Claremont did his famous X-Men reboot that was drawn by Jim Lee. And that was where I jumped on board. And I came across the likes of Joe Madeira and who else? Well, obviously Jim Lee. Chris Bachalo at one point, because I was collecting when they started the X title Generation X, and Chris Bachalo was brought on board. I was a little bit pissed off because, like, the Generation X came out of a tie-in book called the Phalanx Covenant, and that one was drawn by Joe Madeira with this amazing, amazing anime style. And I'm just going to fill in some white here. Burp, 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 burp. There we go. Great. Colors done. Oh, yeah, we've got to get these silvers, don't we? Yes, what was I saying? Yes, he had this amazing anime style, and I thought, oh, man, I'm going to collect this book if Joe Madeira is going to be involved in any capacity. And so when I saw the first Chris Bachalo Generation X, I was like, felt so cheated. I was cheated out of Joe Madeira's awesome work. You know? But I really grew to love his style. I really, really, really got into it. Bachalo's got an amazing art style. Anyone who knows, he was on... gosh, I wish there was a translator. Hi, whoever that is. Yes, welcome. Welcome to my grease pencil Speedpaint. Not so speedy edition. Yeah, so that was sort of my intro into comics. And then, of course, I wanted to draw my own. And around 2010, I think, I was working on my own title. But, it wasn't great. I actually got a bit of traction with it. Like, I ran a Kickstarter and got some fans of the early stuff. But if I had my time again, I would not have chosen the story that I chose to tell. It was too epic. And what I really should have done was stuck to something simpler. And so more recently, I did something called Home Based, which was all about being a stay-at-home dad, which is, if anyone's still listening, oh my gosh, they're all nodding off. They're all nodding off to sleep. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to get the shadows in here, and then, you know what? I'm going to show you what it looks like with the lightning. Okay, so this is where I'm leaving Storm for the live stream. Hang on, where's that world? Bang, there we go. I think that world color isn't great. It's going to need a bit of perhaps some brightening up. Yeah, some blue, something like that. Yeah, so as you can see here, we've gotten a lot of the work in. We've gotten the coloring, we've got the lightning effect, all that sort of stuff. All that's really missing now is clearly the shading, the highlights, and lighting effects, which I will probably do my time tomorrow morning and put it into the final speed paint. So I'm just going to call it a night for now, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been great. And I'm going to finish this up. The live stream, of course, will be available as soon as it compresses to rewatch if you're so inclined. And the speed paint will be available in a day or two once I've edited it all down. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Bye, Ashley. I think you're there to say love it, to say bye. And yeah, I'm going to stop the stream.